Hi, my name is Maggie Ray, and I'm a local foods and small farms program coordinator. A lot of you might recognize me from the Modern Homesteading series. It's a program where I put on different programs throughout the year to help build our skills, our homesteading skills. So we decided to do a homesteading for the holidays program, and our first one is on roasting pumpkins. When you choose a pumpkin to roast, you want to choose one that has a high sugar content. This is going to make it less watery, it's going to have a much smoother texture, like our jack-o'-lanterns are going to be a little stringy, and it's going to be more flavorful for the baked goods you decide to use it for. You want to choose one that's a smaller size, 4 to 8 pounds. These are not, these are very big, but we're going to make it work. And then you also, if you are able to see the varieties that you want, Long Island cheese is a good one. Libby Special, which is what this one is. Turk's Turban is another one, and then any kind of blue pumpkin. And then this technically isn't a pumpkin, but it's a cushaw, and we're going to show you how to do that too, because a lot of people prefer that. So I hope you enjoy our video on how to make pumpkin puree.
We're going to start with cutting off the top of the cushaw. Then we're going to slice off the neck section. Then you will slice the neck section lengthwise and the body lengthwise. Just set this aside if you have more pumpkins to cut. The Libby Special just needs to be cut in half. Make sure to use a sharp knife, but please be careful. After cutting your pumpkins, we want to scrape out the insides. You can use the seeds to roast and eat yourself, or you can do what I did and I just gave them to my chickens. Take a baking sheet and line it with parchment paper. Then you want to put oil on your pumpkin. I used avocado because that's what we had on hand. People also like to use coconut oil, I've heard, or sweeter things if they're going to use their pumpkin for that. But whatever oil you have on hand will work. Place the pumpkin face down on the baking sheet. Then you want to put holes in the top. You can use a knife or a fork. It's just to help vent it so that the pumpkin can cook all the way through. I'm going to do the same thing with the cushaw. I wasn't able to fit all the pieces on there and the other half of the Libby pumpkin, so I stuck them in the fridge and I cooked them the next day. I placed them in the oven at 400 degrees for 45 minutes. When I went to check on them, they weren't quite done, so I put them in for an additional 20. To test if they're done, just take a fork, and if the flesh pulls away from the skin easily, like it does in this Libby's pumpkin, then you know it's ready to be processed. Make sure to let your pumpkin cool down so you can handle it. I put mine in a food processor and blended it till it was a nice pureed consistency. I use these silicone molds. They are in 1 cup measurements. I find that to be handy so that I don't waste any of the pumpkin and I know exactly how much I need to pull out for a recipe. Here's the cushaw. It is a nice yellow color. It has some good caramelization on the top as well, which will add flavor. I did the same thing with the cushaw. I pureed it up and I put it in some silicone molds. After the next day, when we were done and I had cooked the other halves, we ended up with about 10 cups from the Libby Special and probably 8.5 from the Kusha. Some of it was froze into blocks, some of it was froze in freezer bags. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the video.